fly a plane would be useful.
Okay, good. Civilian.
I can fly. I'm pilot.
Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Plummer, call sign Mario, and today I'll be walking you through one of my workup missions prior to heading to the European theater. Today's mission will encompass air combat maneuvering and destruction of an enemy air defense. I'll be talking you through each phase of the mission and providing explanations on why I am performing certain maneuvers and actions. This is one of multiple missions that are designed to emulate what I'll be facing in the actual combat zone, and it will only increase in difficulty. That being said, let's get started. So first, we have to get the aircraft started. You're going to see lots of button presses here, but relatively speaking, it's pretty easy to start the F-16. It's designed to be operated in the field with minimal support. So here, we're going to go ahead and drop the canopy. And we'll go ahead and lock it, as well as arm our ejection seat. Go ahead and turn up our HUD so once the aircraft pulls up, we'll be able to see it. We'll go ahead and uncage the motor. Alright, looks like everything's starting to come up. There we go. Next, I'll go ahead and start configuring my bombs. I'm going to do a low-level high-speed bombing run because if I fly too high, the air defense will actually shoot me down. And so I'm going to drop all 12 bombs at one time, and based upon the intel brief, I'm going to do a spread of about 50 feet. That should cover the entire target group. Next, again, as I mentioned before, it's going to be low level, so I'm going to have a flat angle. It's going to be 0, because I'm going to go straight across the target. From here, I'm going to go ahead and configure my air-to-air well to where every time I select any mode, I'll still have my HSD up. So that way I maintain maximum situational awareness. And going around the controls, everything looks good. We'll go ahead and start taxiing. Immediately, I am engaged by the hostile aircraft, which fires a missile from roughly 15 nautical miles away. I return fire and drop altitude quickly to bleed the missile of its speed as it tries to chase me. Once I feel the missile is defeated, I recommit or turn towards the enemy, gain altitude, and fire on the hostile once again. This time, we're within 8 nautical miles of each other and much lower. Boom! Splash one bandit. You saw the missile hit the ground while mines traveled over the terrain and hit them. This is because I gained altitude before launching my missile and diving away. A missile will try to fly an intercept, meaning that it'll want to fly where you will be in the future. In doing so, if you are low but gain altitude and speed by aggressively diving, it'll fly into the ground while trying to fly where it believes you will be, as it doesn't have terrain avoidance technology. Next, I start looking for the primary target, the S-300 surface-to-air missile site. The S-300 is a deadly missile system. I won't go into the specifics of it, but bottom line, you're not likely to outrun it, and you're not going to outclimb it. So harms and JDAMs are the preferred means of dealing with them. However, since the conflict has drawn on, those munitions will take time to resupply and are used on high priority targets. So as a backup, we use dumb bombs to destroy the sites while flying at treetop level to avoid the radar. I utilize the same tactic as I did with the hostile missile and running it into the ground, and from this point on, it's treetop level flight until I get to the target. Alright, I'm nearing the target. My goal is simple. Stay low and destroy the site in one pass. Here we go. Boom! SAM site destroyed. I was fortunate that the targets were lined up and I was able to destroy them in one pass. But there's always a chance that it won't be that way in the actual combat theater. These are some of the things that my future workup missions will challenge me with, so I'll be able to successfully deal with most threats that I encounter. From here, I manage my fuel flow and return to base. Solid landing. I'll taxi back to my spot to rearm and prepare for my next mission. A lot of my squad mates are already over in the combat zone, so I'm eager to get over there and fight with them. The force they are engaged with is very competent and the missions are difficult, but we have no choice but to persevere. This is Lieutenant Colonel Plummer signing off from the Nevada Test and Training Range. We'll see you again in the combat zone.